So I'm getting to that age where things like monsters and ghosts and spirits and stuff aren't really that scary to me. What's scary to me is getting a letter from the IRS saying they want to audit me, or the doctor saying it's spread to the liver, possibly my wife saying, hey, we're gonna have a new baby. All of these things are terrifying. But when it comes to gaming, the thing I find the most annoying and least scary is jump scares, because it's honestly just your natural reaction. If there's a loud bang, and I jump, it's not because I'm scared, it's because of evolution. So when I'm sitting there playing a horror game, I want there to be actual instances of horror. I want there to be things that are actually scary, not just to get a reaction out of me. And so today we are going to talk about a game called Mothered. But before we get into that, I do have to say I didn't actually play the game. This actually comes as a collab between me, Adam Miller, and Trick. Both of them actually played the game. This is me just putting their words to video. But I do have to say, I have complete confidence in these guys. Adam is probably the best gamer I know. Full stop, not just horror games, but the amount that this dude can uncover in a lot of indie games and horror games is phenomenal. So if you are interested in his work, please check out his website, theeliteinstitute.net. The link will be in the description below. But Trick is no slouch either. This guy has completed so many games and have played so many games. He puts my work to shame. So let's hear what these two guys think about Mothered. Now, this game puts you in the shoes of Liana, a little girl who had a major surgery, and things are still a little bit hazy to her. Now, the game starts off as you're on your way back from the hospital. Your father's giving you a ride to drop you off at your mother's, and letting you know that she's gonna take good care of you, but to give her some slack because she's having a hard time. Now, when you first get home, you don't actually see your mother, or really anybody. You are able to do an errand that your father has requested for you, and then you go to sleep. And the next day you wake up, and this is where the game gets creepy. You finally see your mother, and let's just say she's not normal. There's definitely some things that are off about her, and that's not just a comment about her appearance, but also her movement as well. Now throughout the game, you do find out you do have a brother, but he's really pretty much agoraphobic, will not go out of his room, although he does offer a little bit of stability for you, as he seems to be the most normal character in the game, and that's saying a lot from a person who will not leave their room, because everything in this game just seems off. It seems weird. As every new day begins, you're given different little tasks that you're supposed to navigate through this disconnected world. Everything from touring the house to the yard to the graveyard, and you're able to interact with a lot of different things due to the point and click mechanics of the game. This is not your typical adventure style walking simulator, as it does play more into that point and click mechanic. The other major mechanic to talk about in the game is that it is on a loop cycle from Sunday to Sunday. And I'm not going to give you the story because that'll ruin it obviously, but just say you'll definitely end on Sunday night and restart everything on Monday until you figure out the secrets, until you are able to discover alternate paths that open up the game a little bit more, give you more information about the story, and ultimately help you complete this game. Now, aside from the loop mechanic and the overall just kind of creepiness and disconnected feeling, this game also relies heavily on the 32-bit art style, which for this game gives it that just weird kind of experience, that weird feeling about you. It really plays into it very well, as the characters themselves come off as a little disturbed and kind of creepy. But again, it works really, really well. And I think that's the one thing I do like about the game, is the fact that it doesn't rely on jump scares. It consumes you in this inherently unsettling world where this 32-bit art style, it's pseudo 3D visuals that almost are on the verge of realism, but absolutely do not bring about that uncanny feeling that fits perfectly in a horror title. Now, for the most part, this game is pretty straightforward. It just has you doing simple tasks, but it's in these tasks that you are able to uncover a little bit more. Now, I will say, though, that Trick had pretty much brought up the fact that redoing these things over and over is a bit tedious, and it sometimes kind of is on the edge of boring. That's only when you've played this game multiple times. Now, he's actually played the game like 5 times, something like that, so do understand that it comes from a different perspective, and ultimately the game will run you about 2 hours, so it does give you plenty of time to replay it and discover more things about it, and trust me, you're gonna need to replay it. That's really where this game lives and breathes. So to say that it takes 2 hours to complete it is a little bit off because it's going to take you more than that, but each loop runs about 2 hours approximately. Trick had told me that it'd been about an hour and a half or so, and Adam has it down at about 2 hours. So I'm just going to say in between that time frame, but there is quite a bit here, and the guys have reassured me that it is definitely worth the price of $9.99. Now, we'll say, for those who really like the narrative horror game, this is going to be perfect for you. And those who like the kind of 32-bit creepy horror art style type games are also going to really like it. But just understand that there's not a lot of action. There's not a lot of combat or anything like that to this game. It actually just tells a different story. Think about, being young and listening to old ghost stories and that sort of vibe. That's what this has got going on for it. As you are, though, interactive with that story. And I think that, for me personally, that is what I really appreciate, and that's what I really like about a lot of this new horror genre. It doesn't all have to be about button mashing and running away from monsters. No, it fully encapsulates you in like the creepiness, the weirdness, and that for me is far more scary than, I don't know, being chased by a chainsaw man. But that's just their thoughts and my little thought there at the end. Let me know what you guys think about Mothered. Are you interested in picking this one up? Do you like horror games? Do you like these narrative heavy meta puzzle-esque type horror games that are becoming more and more popular? Let me know down below. Let me know what games you're playing, what games you're excited for, anything and everything down below in the comment section. Much appreciated. And if you stayed this long, please remember to check out Adam's website, theeliteinstitute.net. He does amazing work there. He's always putting out reviews. And also, go ahead and give Trick a thank you. Just say thank you, Trick, because without him, I would not be able to do this review. And I'm working on being able to give a game code away. We'll find out if that's going to happen or not. I will post something on this video or the next one after it, but all that would be due to Trick. So anyway, thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Take care. Bye-bye.